is that the Blue Ribbon Committee has failed to produce anything to prove its accusation of corruption. Even Dick, the committee chairman, conceded that there is no overpricing, yet still he insists on pursuing this witch hunt. Alam mo kung bakit, Dick? Bakit kung wala kayong tinatago, bakit kayo matakot? Even if I spend the remaining years of months dwelling on such sabi mo na may pagkatiwalaan, then go ahead. But until now kasi wala. Your starting point is in the fault line. The inquiry is being done at the expense of dragging government officials and compromising the government's efforts against COVID-19. At the time when cases are at all-time high and thousands of our people getting sick and dying. Nandito, instead of working overtime, nandito si Secretary Galvez, nandito si Secretary Doki, nandito si Director General. When they're supposed to do their homework kasi maraming mga, questions and doubts about maraming medisina. Even the ivermectin. Ito talaga ang gusto nilang o gusto mo Dick mangyari. Sirain ang pangalan ko at ang aking administrasyon at guluhin ang COVID response ng gobyerno dahil malapit na ang anong gusto mong takbuhan. Gusto ko nga mag one-on-one sana tayo kung may posisyon lang. Baski barangay captain na lang sa inyo. Your intentions are clear as a day. Important facts clearly presented in the recent hearing in the House of Representatives include statements made by the Commission on Audit. And I reiterate, for those who could not still accept the truth, walang overpriced na binili, walang na-deliver lahat ang binili, nagbayad lang pagkatapos na-deliver ang mga binili. Ngayon, ginalagari mo talaga kung anong gusto mong makita. Akala namin it was really just a simple truth of finding out whether there was really prompt deliveries, prompt payments and all, and everything was in order. It appears to you now as you are grinding something that is really politics. Dick, sabihin ko sa iyo, I will show you why in the next pages. Are you really a lawyer? Dick, maybe you should review your procedural law, because if you do know the law, you should just have stopped and elevated it to the courts. Baski na with the presence of the COA saying that nothing is wrong, you can still go to the courts and file the cases if you want. You have the ombudsman. You can go for civil actions to recover the money. Anything that is possible that a lawyer can think of, especially if he is bent on not really cracking anybody said, but cracking your own ears. I'd like to na lahat na lang, even the lower house has joined the fray. I think simply because nakikita nila that you are wasting the time of everybody. Can I have the video of Congressman Suarez, JJ? Pakinggan mo ito, Dick.
So, with that being said, Attorney Lau, thank you for your time. No? With that being said, Mr. Chairman, kaya ko po gustong i-stress yung point na ito ay unang-una po ay pinalalabas po kasi na overpriced. Napatunayan natin hindi. Sinasabi naman nila ngayon favored yung isang kumpanya. Malinaw naman po na hindi naman favored yung kumpanya. In fact, mayroong mga kumpanya na mas malaki pa po ang natanggap na supply contract. Sinasabi naman po na doon naman po sa pag-award ng kontrata ay questionable po. Malinaw po na ayon na rin po sa batas, sumunod naman po sa proseso. So, Mr. Chair, following your call and the statements that you made earlier, I hope that we can really put an end to this topic already. I mean, what else do we need to show? Obviously, from where I stand, you know, it's starting to become and be used as a political circus already. When our resource persons here, the Secretary of Health, I think Secretary Galvez is also here, may mga representatives pa sa DOH, Vince Dizon is here, they should be attending to COVID and pandemic. Instead of attending to COVID and pandemic, they're attending committee hearings for issues that we have already showed and clearly explained na wala naman pong problema. So, wag na po natin aksahin sana yung panahon at oras ng mamamayan sa mga bagay-bagay na kung may nakikita silang mali, di maghablaan na lang. Kaso lang, tutukan natin yung problema ng bayan, which is COVID response and the pandemic, Mr. Chair. So again, Mr. Chair, thank you. My time is up, but I will again request that I be included in the next round. So, Mr. Chair, before I end, I would like to congratulate you earlier on your statement of courage and bravery in handling the Committee of Good Governance.
Thank you. Thank you, Congressman Suarez. Thank you again for your kind words. Next to interpret is Congress.
Yun na yun sa lower house. There is only one Congress. It is the upper house, the Senate, and the lower house, the House of Representatives. Pinapuna ka na. Ikaw yung pinapatamaan ni Suarez eh. Sino pa ba? In September 17 hearing of the Blue Ribbon Committee, COA Chairman Mike Aguinaldo clarified again that their audit report on DOH did not include any finding that money was lost on corruption. What was noted in the reports were deficiencies in the documentation. The absence of documents does not necessarily mean that the money is lost. What was noted in the report was deficiencies. Yun lang, deficiencies. Also, Chairman Aguinaldo said that on the PSDBM audit report, there was no mention of overpricing. The audit had to do something with the inventory management and not overpricing of medical supplies. On a very important note, Mr. Aguinaldo explained that the audit is an ongoing process, meaning the agency's concern is given to comply with the recommendations. According to him, DOH already submitted to them their action plan addressing some of the recommendations of the auditor. Chairman Aguinaldo noted, the resolutions of the different issues will come, not all the time, not at the same time, but one by one. But what is important is there may be some action plan to undertake. This is the rightful resolution of these issues. Our agencies will comply with the deficiencies and recommendations as provided in the process. Sadly, however, what others did was to blow these audit reports out of proportion and skewed the information to paint a picture of massive corruption. And these others call themselves senator. Mabutit na lang nagsalita na si Chairman Aguinaldo. At para hindi na namin, I said, I cannot really fathom what you are trying to prove. In the continuation sa Blue Ribbon Committee, in order for the hearings to be honest and fruitful, the Blue Ribbon Committee must treat all resource persons with utmost respect by giving them adequate time to speak and by avoiding any premature judgment. Yan ang pitfall mo sa pagkasenador. Hindi mo naintindihan talaga ang trabaho mo. And you have lost that alam mo, Dick, pagka mahusay ka kung mag-one-on-one ka ng kwento dyan sa koridor, sa labas. Pero once naupo ka na, manabang mo na yung givel, nag-iiba ang anyo mo. Ano ka na, yung basta, you just simply melt into a kind of a despot. Saang hindi mo pinapatapos ang tao, tapos iniinsulto mo. Balang araw, may isang tao talaga dyan magtindig sa iyo. Tignan mo. One of these days, there will be somebody who will just stand up against you and say, putang ina kayong lahat. Kung nagpunta ako dito para malaman natin ang totoo. Huwag mo akong bastusin, huwag mo akong sigawan. Kasi, do you know what? Yun ang advice ko doon sa mga military. Keep the dignity of your rank as being soldier. Huwag kayong pumawag na sigaw-sigawan kayo ni Dick Gordon. Just stand up and go out. I said if the sergeant at arms i-detain ka, then once I hear about it, I will go to the Senate and get you, extract you. Yan talaga ang mangyari. Then, Senator Gordon, we will be having trouble in government. Then, Mr. Gordon, we will be having a crisis. Then, Mr. Gordon, at the end of the day, it is the country who will suffer. Ikaw, siguraduhin kita that I will reduce you to your original size. Masyado ka nang lumaki. Lumaki ng ulo mo. So it's about time na, isauli kita sa dati mong pagkatao. Up to now, the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee has not clearly articulated what could be the possible needed statute that prompted the need for this inquiry. The ongoing Senate inquiry has gone beyond the allowable exercise that is patiently being conducted in the primary purpose of inquiring on possible violation of laws. Isa pa yan. Hindi mo alam. Yung ano ninyo, ang pinaka-weapon mo is contempt. Hindi malaman ng tao kung magsagot siya o hindi, magkamali, o hindi siya sumunod sa theory mo. Ayan. at takot, i-contempt. I said, one of these days,